All right. We're back again at Coach's Corner here at Champs Boxing in Danbury, Connecticut. Got a special guest this afternoon, kind of catching up with him after his camp. We got Ali Feliz, top-ranked fighter, getting ready to fight again next Friday night.
Yes, sir.
What fight is this again for you? You're undefeated.
Number 4.
Number 4. We're up to a 6-round fight, right?
Yeah, it's first 6-rounder. Gonna go have some fun, man.
Back in the Garden.
Yeah.
So, you know, you've been pretty blessed. You've been fighting locally. Second time in the Garden.
Yeah.
Last time in Prudential Center down in Jersey. Pretty much camp is almost done for you, right?
Yeah, I'm done. Just touching up a little bit, staying loose, you know, getting the heart rate up. All done.
How was camp for you this time?
This camp was really good. It was great, man. It was one of my favorite camps that I had in amateur and pros. It's I'm stepping up to 6 rounds, so I've been working out harder, pushing the conditioning, and I feel great, feel strong, man.
Now, the 6-round fight, you know, as an amateur, you've been 3-3. First pro fight's 4 rounds. What do you think the difference is going to be here for you as a fighter stepping up into a 6-round fight? I mean, obviously, your experience as a fighter is there.
Yeah.
What's your plan at 6 rounds, and what's your team's plan for you in this fight?
I just feel like I have more time now, so I feel like this is better. You know, I have more time. I have 6 rounds now. I don't have to rush to get a knockout. I could work around, move around, and I feel like it's going to be better to showcase my talent for a 6 round.
Now, you know, your dad, Ali Feliz Sr., is your coach. What have you guys been working on? Now, I've gotten to see you work throughout this camp and been around, which is, you know, and I see what you're kind of working on. Tell everybody out there now, you said looking for the knockout's going to take a little time. So is that what we're looking for in this fight?
Hey, man, I always go out to put on a show, and I like to take the guys out of there. So if I see the opening, I'm going to get that knockout.
Yeah. So I think, have you been working on being a little more patient in this camp for that to come? Your strength is there. I mean, if people have seen you fight, and for those who know you, you're an aggressive fighter.
Yeah.
You don't take too long to get going. You're looking to come right at you.
Yeah, that's just how I fight, man. I like to fight. When I get in there, I feel like it's my house, and I got to defend my home. So
Yeah.
I like to take it to the people.
Yeah. Now, you know, we interviewed you before you went pro. As an amateur, you're really starting to establish yourself as an up-and-coming prospect in the heavyweight division. What do you see as the difference as a professional right now in the professional game compared to when you were an amateur?
Honestly, I like it better. You know, you get the weigh-in the day before, but it's all the same. You know, you're still stepping in the ring, and you're still fighting. You know, at the amateurs, I was fighting at the top level, so I don't know how to say it, but like, you know, I'm still going back to the pros. You know, it was kind of an easy switch for me. That's what I'm
Yeah,
trying to
because
say.
your style is more of a pro style.
Yeah, it was
Even as an amateur, you were more. Your father trained you with a pro style. You know, from your early days. Tell everybody, you know, people who haven't seen you fight or are just starting to see you, you know, what is your style? Is your style you're going to be a knockout artist? Are you going to be? Because look, I have history with you, and you know, between you and your dad and your brother, I see a little bit of style of both of yous in yourself. You know what I mean? Tell everybody what, you know, if they're going to come see Ali Feliz fight, what can they expect?
Just a great show. You know, I like to box. I like to have fun, but I also like to get in people out of there, like I said before. So I feel I'm more a come forward type of boxer, but boxer puncher, I'll say.
Yeah. Your last fight from your first pro event, your opponent seemed a little tougher for you to get out of there. I mean, you were throwing a lot at him, hit him with some great shots. He just didn't want to go right away. And I know, I watched the fight, you were like, oh man, early in the fight, you threw some great shots at him, and it was just, do you see your opponents now, they're aware of what you're bringing to the table as a fighter, they're getting tougher, and with that, what do you think you have to do as these fights get tougher for you?
It's just pushing me to work harder. So, you know, it's pushing me to work harder, knowing that I'm stepping up in the fighters and the talent they got. So I feel like I'll be getting them out easier now, you know.
Yeah. I mean, training at home, it's got to be a lot easier on you as opposed to some fighters, you're here, you have your family around you, you have your friends. Obviously the gym is close, so you have what you need. Do you think, now you've traveled, you've been all over, is it easier for you to be at home and train, or is it more of a distraction?
Yeah, I like it. I like home. I love my city, and this is where I was born and raised. But I feel like the distraction stuff you gotta put it in your head. It's all mental stuff. You gotta put that aside. And I'm pretty strong mentally, so I know when it's time to go. I tell everybody that, hey, leave me alone for a little bit. I'm locking in, and that's it. A lot of people, they have to step out of their comfort zone to do camps or stuff like that, but I could step out, stay here. It doesn't matter, man. I'm working hard each way.
Yeah, I mean, I think that's a good point. That if you could stay focused and alleviate the distractions. Now, obviously, you just turned 21. You're still a kid. You're still young in this game. You're fighting men. What else besides the boxing are you doing to help your career right now, physically and mentally? Because now, all you're doing is boxing now. You don't work. Boxing is your profession, 24/7. You live it and you eat it every day. What are the things that you're doing now that might have been different than when you were an amateur?
I've always had, since a kid, I always knew what I wanted. So I always had the same mindset. So even in the amateurs, I knew, the parties and stuff, they're going to have to sit aside, drinking, smoking, don't do none of that, staying focused. So I've always had the same mentality, which helped me, be a little bit more mature than my age. So
Right.
I've always stayed the same, the same stuff, man.
Well, growing up in the game, you saw it from your dad, your brother for years, you know what I mean? And, you were the younger brother.
Yeah.
A lot of people, knew your brother, Finelli Jr., and, you were the guy coming up behind him.
Yeah.
Now, you're there with them, a force to be reckoned with in this heavyweight division. So, growing up, you saw a lot of different things and put your touch on it. Knowing you as a young man, you were always dead focused on what you wanted to do, always knew that, but now you're here. What else do you see that you think you need to make yourself better? And where do you see yourself in this division in a few more fights?
Yeah, I see myself at the top, in a couple years, hopefully fighting for a title. If not, just pushing it, man. Pushing it to the top. I want the top fights, the top level stuff. And just stay focused, honestly.
Yeah.
That's really what I want.
You've been very lucky as a professional. You've been very active, very fast.
Yeah.
Turned pro, you've been fighting almost every month or every 45 days as Top Rank has shows for you. Do you feel that's an advantage for you?
100%. One of the main reasons I signed with Top Rank is they just keep you busy, Whenever I want to fight, I can fight. Whenever I don't, I let them know. But the activity is what's the best. Like the old days, everybody used to fight. Tyson used to fight every month when he was coming up. So I like that I can stay active, fight all the time, and as long as I'm healthy, hopefully be, end the year with 6-0.
Yeah. Now, you said that you do have a date after this. Don't want to get ahead of that. Obviously, you want to handle your business on Friday night in the Garden, but legitimately you could have 6 or 7 fights before the end of the year.
Yep.
That's pretty fast track there.
Started April.
You started in April, and that. So now, who do you see right now as realistic targets for you in the upcoming fights? After September 27th, I know you'll sit with your team and you'll figure out what the best option is for you. But who are you seeing out there that might be on your radar?
I'm not sure yet. There's no particular people, All the top guys, like the champions, are getting a little older, so by the time I'm up there, they probably won't be there. So I just probably by next year, I want to fight somebody in the top 10, and I want to get up there,
Yeah. So, we have a fight going on tonight between Joey Dwayne and Richard Torres. Now we know your brother fought Richard Torres in the Nationals.
Yeah.
He is a top-ranked fighter. I don't know if they're going to put their fighters together, you know, but is he somebody that he is being fast-tracked also, a young fighter up and coming? Is he somebody you see, or is that not a possibility? And I don't want to put anybody on the spot here, but you know, just seeing where he's at as a young fighter, what are your thoughts there? And then what are your thoughts about him and Dwayne?
Dwayne's a tough guy. You know, he's not a pushover. He's a really good, tough guy. I've seen him fight multiple times, but I think Richard got it. But I sparred a lot with Richard at the Olympic Center, trained, spent a lot of time with him. He's a great dude, but if he's at the top, man, I have to. I gotta get him. You know.
I think he's got a tough fight with Joey.
Yeah.
You know, I've had the opportunity to see Joey up front and be in a couple of sparring camps with him. He's a very awkward, smart, calculated fighter. Richard is strong and young, and I think that kind of plays into his favor tonight. One other thought here, you know, we saw, you know, Jared Anderson, who you've had the opportunity to work with. You're managed by the same manager. You saw him in the Bacoli fight. What are your thoughts on that fight? And you know Jared from a personal level as far as seeing him in sparring. What are you thinking of that fight? And what do you see in Anderson, what he needs to do to come back from that?
Yeah, he's still young. He's only 24. And I feel like he'll come back 100% better than ever. You know, he took a challenge, a huge challenge.
Right.
You know, nobody really knew Bacoli, and but the real boxing fans knew that guy is a real deal. And hey, he took the challenge, and shout out to him. You know, at a young age, but he'll be back for sure. 100%.
Yeah, no, I think, you know, look, it was a good loss. You know, we saw Canelo and Belanger on Saturday night, right?
Yeah.
And, you know, Canelo losing to Mayweather, then doesn't lose to anybody else after that.
No.
You know what I mean? It just runs the table. So I think as a young fighter, you have to get into those wars.
Yeah.
You have to get into those battles to get experience. And, you know, you worked with him. Is he a world champion?
100%. He's a dog. His work ethic too is just amazing. He pushes it, and he's in great shape.
Yeah.
100% great shape all the time. So he'll definitely be up there. I feel like
is he one of the toughest guys you worked with?
He is, actually. He's really slick. He has a lot of pop, man. He has a lot of power, and I learned a lot from him working with him.
Awesome. So we have another big fight coming out tomorrow night. We got Daniel Dubois and Anthony Joshua.
Yeah, that's a good one.
Thoughts? What are you thinking on that fight?
I got Joshua, man. Joshua's been looking really good lately, but anything could happen there. I feel that's a 50-50 fight. A lot of people are sleeping on Daniel Dubois, but he's a great fighter, man.
Yeah, I mean, you know, look, I'm going to give the edge to Joshua because, you know, if you watch his last fights, he's moving at a different level.
Yeah.
I think he's a little smarter, a little stronger. Dubois is definitely on a roll, and he's awkward. So, you know, he might give Joshua a little problem early by moving around. But if he stands still, I don't know if he could take what Joshua's bringing.
I don't know. Joshua's been looking good, man.
He's a beast out there.
I don't know if he switched coaches or anything, but the way he's been moving his head too, a little bit of footwork. He's looking sharp.
Yes, looking sharp, looking stronger. You know, so now camp is pretty much done with you.
Yep.
Next couple of days is what? Shake out, get ready for the weigh-in.
Shake out, relax, a couple of light jogs. You know, get ready for weigh-in, get ready for showtime Friday.
How you keeping your mind off the fight? Because now it's close, and what people don't know, the closer to the fight is when the fighters really start to feel a little bit of the anxiousness, a little bit of the anxiety. You know, you're ready to get in there and fight. I saw your last sparring session last night. On Tuesday night. You're looking real sharp. You're ready.
Yeah, I'm ready to go, man.
So now it's just pretty much you got to amp it down a little bit, and you get ready to go into the fight.
Yeah, man. I've been doing this. I'm young, but I've been doing this for a while. You know, I had my first fight at 12, so I've been doing this for a couple years now, and I know what to do in fight week and what not to do. So just staying calm, stay relaxed, and it's my job. So
it's your job right now.
I'm gonna go have fun.
You're on weight, eating well.
Yeah.
All right.
You don't have to cut no weight.
Yeah, that's got to be big, right? That's got to be big. But you know, you're definitely in better shape
Yeah.
as you're getting older,
100%.
stronger, you know, looking a lot better as we go along here. So tell everybody where they can get tickets from this fight, and also tell us about the card. I mean, you got Bruce Carrington, you got Meyer. This is a stacked up card.
This is stacked. This card.
You know,
is
you're
stacked.
fighting on. You haven't fought on a card that hasn't had any top fighters at all. I mean, the last card you were on Shakur's.
Yeah, Shakur.
You fought on the Zaya's card. You know, you're out there with some top names. So,
Yeah.
you know, Meyer is the main event. Bruce is the co-main.
No, I think Xander's fighting on it again.
Oh, Xander's fighting on
Xander.
this again. Okay,
You got
so
Vito.
yeah, Vito Milanicki up.
Yeah, got some Dominicans on there too. Elvis Rodriguez is fighting on it, and Roman Polanco. So it's a stacked card.
Yeah, you got a stacked card.
Yeah, it's
I mean, that's as you walking in now, you're with these big names.
Yeah.
I mean, that's got to be that's got to amp you up to fight in front of all these people.
Yeah,
You know, not the fans, but you know, you're fighting in front of some of the best in the game out there, and you're able to showcase your talent there.
Yeah, it's great. I'm learning from everyone, man. I'm just I stay in my corner, you know, watch everybody, watch what they're doing, and you know, they're there for a reason. So I'm learning from them and see what I could take from them for myself.
Yeah. All right. So tell everybody we're looking for tickets, where it's at, you know, your links and everything.
Yeah, the link for the tickets will be on my Instagram bio. They've been in there for a while. You know, tickets are going fast, and the show's Friday night. If you're not around here, also you can tune into ESPN Plus. It should be first couple fights. I'll let you know more on my Instagram about that this weekend.
All right. So we got Ali Feliz, September 27th, fighting in the Madison Square Garden. Again, the mecca of boxing. If you're going to box anywhere, you want to box in the Garden.
Yeah.
All right. At least say it down that and you got your first win there already.
Yeah, I got.
So ain't nothing to snooze at, right? So
going back to get another one.
you got another one coming, right? September 27th, streaming on ESPN. Ali Feliz, top-ranked card. Meyer headlining that card. We have Bruce Shushu Carrington, Xander Zayas. Names going on, Vito Milanicki, everybody. I don't want to miss anybody out. Keep an eye on this young man. We're going to have him back, okay? He's ready to make a name in the heavyweight division.
Yes, sir.
All right? So I'm Coach Dave with Ali Feliz. Train hard, train smart, and we'll see you in the next round of Coach's Corner.